Hello everyone, welcome back to Sermon City Prep. Today we're tackling Chapter 11, Word Problems of the College Panda Math section. So let's dive straight into it. Okay, which of the following represents the square of the sum of x and y decreased by the product x and y? So we know that the square of the sum of x and y is x plus y squared. Okay, don't confuse it with x squared plus y squared because that's completely different. And the product of x and y is just x times y, right? And we're looking for a difference here, so it must be a subtraction of x and y. So the answer should be D. On a 100 centimeter ruler, lines are drawn at 10, x, and 98. The distance between the lines at x and 98 is 3 times the distance between the lines at x and 10. So we need to calculate the value of x. So we know that 98 minus x is equal to the distance of 3 times x minus 10. And what we can do here is expand by FOILing and then solve for x. We did 4x is equal to negative 128. Thus x must be equal to 32 centimeters. If 3 is added to the square root of x, the result is 9. What is the value of x plus 2? Okay, so we have the square root of x plus 5 is equal to 9. So we can just move this to this side. So root x is equal to 4 and x is equal to 16. And x plus 2, we're looking for a value of x plus 2. So 16 plus 2 is equal to 18. So the answer of x plus 2 is 18. Grocery store sells tomatoes in boxes of 4 or 10. If Melanie buys x boxes of 4 and y boxes of 10, where x is greater than or equal to 1 and y is greater than or equal to 1 for a total of 60 tomatoes, what is the one possible value of x? So based on the information, what we need to do for word problems is to construct an equation. So we know that 4x plus 10y must be equal to 60. And now what we can do is just guess and check. And we know that the x and y are integers, so it won't be long before we find something that works. So let's try when x is equal to 5 and y is equal to 4. And as you can see, that leads us to getting the same value, 60 is equal to 60. So the answer, one possible value of x could be 5. A retail store has a monthly fixed cost of $3,000 and a monthly salary of $2,500 for each employee. If the store hires X employees for an entire year, which of the following equations represent the store's total cost seen in dollars for the year? So we know that the fixed cost is something that doesn't change over time. So we have 3,000. And we add that by the number of employees, which is 2,500 x. And since we need to look for the total cost in years, for the year, we have to multiply by 12 months. So we get 12 brackets 3,000 brackets, no brackets, plus 2,500 x. So the answer is B. Susie buys 2 pieces of salmon, each weighing x pounds, and 1 piece of trout weighing y pounds, where x and y are integers. The salmon costs $3.5 per pound, and the trout costs $5 per pound. If the total of cost of the fish was $77, which of the following could be the value of y? Again, what we can do here is construct the equations. We know that it's $3.5 per pound times 2x plus 5y, and that's equal to $77. Now we can just FOIL this out. So we get 7x plus 5y is equal to 77, and we know that x and y are integers. So what we can do is just simply plug in each answer choice into the equation to see if we get an integer value. So let's try y is equal to 4. If y is equal to 4, 7x plus 4 is 20 is equal to 77. So 7x is equal to 57, and we know that this leads to a decimal, to a number with a decimal, so it cannot be this because we need to find an integer. So let's try when y is equal to 7. So we have 7x plus 35. 7x plus 35 is equal to 77. And then we get x is equal to 6 here. So the answer should be 7. So basically for these types of questions, what you can do is basically plug in each answer choice and see which one works. If 75% of 68 is the same as 85% of n, what is the value of n? Again, what we need to do here is to convert and make equations. So let's just convert them into fractions first. We know 75% is 3/4, and that's 60 times 68, and that's equal to 17/20, which is a conversion of 85%, and that's multiplied by n. So what we're doing here is to find the value of n. So again, we just multiply 3/4 times 68, which will give us 51, is equal to 17/20n. And now let's move 17/20n to the other side. So we can just multiply by the reciprocal. 20/17 is equal to n. So n is equal to 60. The Pirates won exactly 4 of their first 15 games. They then played n remaining games and won all of them. If they won exactly half of all the games they played, what is the value of n? So we know that's 4 plus n over 15 plus n is equal to 1/2. So what we can do is cross multiply. We get 8 plus 2n is equal to 15 plus n. So n is equal to 7. Alice and Julie starts with the same number of pens after Alice gives 16 of her pens to Julie. Julie then has 2 times as many pens as Alice does. How many pens does Alice has in the beginning? So we know that they start with the same number of x. And once Alice gives 16 to Julie, Alice is left with x minus 16, and Julie has x plus 16, right? So it's x plus 16 is equal to 2x minus 16, because this is when Julie then has 2 times as many pens as Alice, right? And now what we can do is simply plug and play. We can just plug in and then find x. And by doing so, we'll get negative x is equal to negative 48, thus x is equal to 48. At a Hong Kong Learning Center, 1/4 of the students take debate, 1/6 of the students take writing, and 1/8 take science. The rest take math. If 33 students take math, what is the total number of students at the Learning Center? So we know that the fraction of the students who take math is 1, which is the total number of students, minus 1/4, minus 1/6, minus 1/8, which will give us 11/24. And we let x be the total number of students, so 11/24 times x is equal to 33. And now we solve for x, which is 72. Ian has 20 football cards and Jason has 44 baseball cards. They agreed to trade such that Jason gives Ian 2 baseball cards for every card Ian gives to Jason. After how many trades will Ian and Jason have both the same amount of cards? So let's let x be the number of trades. In each trade, Ian, we know, has a gain of 1 card, while Jason loses 1 card. So it's 20 plus x is equal to 44 minus x. And so for x, 2x is equal to 24, thus x is equal to 12, so the answer is 12. If 3 is subtracted from 3 times the number of x, the result is 21. What is the result when 8 is added to the half of x? So what we need to do is to make the equation to figure out x. So we know that 3x is subtracted from the 3 is equal to 21. Thus 3x is equal to 24. So x must be equal to 8. Oh, yeah. And then what is the result when 8 is added to the half of x? So the half of x is 4. So that's 12. My bad. Yeah. At a store, the price of a tie is $k less than 3 times the price of a shirt. If a shirt costs $40 and a tie costs $30, what is the value of k? So we know that 3 times the price of a shirt is 120, and since the tie costs 30, is k less than that, right? So k must be 120 minus 30, which is 90. So we know that the equation is 30 for a tie is equal to 3, and a shirt costs 40 minus k. So this will be 120, so k is equal to 90. So the answer is 90. A baker gave out coupons to celebrate its grand opening. Each coupon was worth either $1 or $2 or $3 or $1, $3 or $5. Twice as many $1 coupons were given out as $3 coupon, and 3 times as many $3 coupons were given out to $5 coupons. The total value of all the coupons given out was $360. How many $3 coupons were given out? So what we can do here is let let the number of $5 coupons be x, and we know that the number of $3 coupons given out is 3 times x, so it's 3x. And the number of $1 coupons given out is 2 times 3x, which is 6x. We can write an equation here, 5x plus 3 multiplied by 3x plus 1 multiplied with 6x, and that is all equal to $360. So now we can just simplify and solve for x. And we get 20x is equal to 360, so x is equal to 18. And we know that the number of $3 coupons given out is then 3x minus 3. And that's x, where x is equal to 18, so the answer is 54. Final question. Alex, Bob, and Carl all collect seashells. Bob has half as many seashells as Carl, and Alex has 3 times as many seashells as Bob. Alex and Bob together has 60 seashells. How many seashells does Carl have? So let's let x be the number of seashells that Carl has. Then Bob will have 1 over 2x, and Alex would have 3 over 2 seashells. And since we know that Alex and Bob together have 60 seashells, we can write 60 is equal to 1 over 2x. That's 3 over 2x. And we simply solve for x. We get 2x is equal to 60, so x is equal to 30. So the answer is 30. That is it for today, and thank you very much for watching.